In a world of when Lambo, crypto scams, and fake projects, where can you find true value? No time to research cryptocurrency projects. No money for crypto reports that cost thousands and thousands of dollars. Don't feel defeated. Knockout Crypto Reports are the answer. Knockout Crypto Reports does the research, saving you time. Knockout Crypto Reports are affordable, saving you money. Knockout Crypto Reports only include the highest quality reports. If you want that Lambo, you need to learn how to invest in the highest quality projects early. Knockout Crypto Reports identifies the highest quality projects early, making you money and saving you time. Go to knockoutcrypto.com and sign up for the report now.
Thank you for following Knockout Crypto. Thank you for following our channel. You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Find us on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at knockoutcrypto.com. So this week, I want to let you guys know that this article is about Bakkt. Bakkt says it's cleared to launch Bitcoin futures next month. Should be positive for the price of Bitcoin. Bakkt has been cleared to launch. The Intercontinental Exchange Young subsidiary announced Friday that it had acquired a New York State trust charter through the New York State Department of Financial Services. The approval clears the way for the company to begin offering its highly anticipated physically settled Bitcoin futures contracts. The company intends to launch its products on September 23rd. Bakkt, first unveiled last August, has been working on the regulatory approvals to begin offering the product over the past year. It intends to offer two types of contracts, a daily and a monthly contract. Both will be settled at the Bakkt warehouse, a part of its New York chartered trust company. In a blog post Friday, Bakkt CEO Kelly Loeffler wrote, "Our contracts have already received the green light from the CFTC through the self-certification process, and user acceptance testing has begun. With approval by the New York State Department of Financial Services to create Bakkt Trust Company, a qualified custodian, the Bakkt warehouse will custody Bitcoin for physically delivered futures," she said. "This offers customers unprecedented regulatory clarity and security alongside a regulated global accessible exchange in a market underserved by institutional-grade infrastructure." She went on to add, "Uniquely, Bakkt Bitcoin futures contracts will not rely upon unregulated spot markets for settlement prices, thus serving as a transparency price discovery mechanism for the benchmark price for Bitcoin. The appointment of this differentiator is only amplified by reports of significant manipulatory spot market activity and other concerns such as inconsistent anti-money laundering policies and weak compliance controls." Monthly versus daily. Loeffler told CoinDesk Friday that Bakkt's daily contract will be margined and can provide an alternative to unregulated spot markets for traders. "The daily contract is designed to provide a margin instrument," she said. "So when you think about transaction on the futures exchange, you are operating with a federally regulated exchange." Loeffler didn't say how much leverage would be available on the margin contract. Such details are expected to be released in the coming weeks. As for Bakkt's monthly future contract, which was first introduced in May, Loeffler said it added a forward pricing curve for investors. "The monthly contracts will let any investors take a view on Bitcoin up to 12 months out," she said, adding, "The other thing that's important about a monthly contract is what it offers is the ability to take snapshots at different times throughout the next year, so it adds spread trading. And of timing, for example, the halving coming up next year, the contract you'll be able to look out into that time period in 2020. The core service Bakkt will offer is secure regulated custody alongside its institutional scale trading," she said. Bakkt itself is not an exchange, but rather will take advantage of its parent firm's existing infrastructure. ICE Futures US will therefore provide the actual exchange services, while Bakkt and its warehouse will provide the custody services its physically delivered contracts require. New York Stock Exchange sister firm initially intended to have U.S. Commodity Futures Trading Commission CFTC approve its proposed contracts and announced a December 2018 launch date when ICE first unveiled the company. Regulatory holdups forced Bakkt to push the date back a number of times. Most notably, Bakkt announced in May 2019 that it had self-certified its futures contracts through the CFTC, departing from its previous goal of having the agency approve the product. It's announced a month later that it would begin user acceptance testing on July 22nd, essentially ensuring that clients and clearance houses could communicate with Bakkt's infrastructure and begin working to onboard potential customers. Loeffler said Friday that "we have customers and clearing members already in the test environment," adding, We anticipate with the finalization of the September 23rd launch date, user acceptance testing will accelerate, and we will work with customers on onboarding and getting ready for day one. While Bakkt may be the first to market, the company faces competition. Derivatives provider LedgerX and TD Ameritrade Bakkt Ares are looking forward to offer Bitcoin futures contracts to investors. Seed, CX, and True Digital are also working to launch forward contracts, a similar product. So one of the things I want to point out to you guys is it will be like Coinbase custody, which means they actually will have to buy Bitcoin and hold it physically, and that will be very important for it to move forward. That's going to be one of the key things about Bakkt. Okay, and but let me know what you think. Will this cause Bitcoin's price to go up? Bakkt is a big deal. Would this cause Bitcoin's price to go up? Now, Bakkt is announced September 23rd. So I think, with them buying Bitcoin, we would say maybe by December, we should see Bitcoin's price rise because they're going to have to custody this Bitcoin. So there'll be less Bitcoin on the market because they're holding this Bitcoin. I'm going to read this to you. Institutional services and custody have been a growing market in crypto, with major U.S. exchange Coinbase announcing the addition of Zappos institutions into its custodial operation last night. They're saying that they're seeing 200 to 400 million a week in new crypto deposits come from institutional customers. So institutions are buying Bitcoin and holding Bitcoin. So it's important to recognize that Bitcoin, there may not be a lot of Bitcoin left.